Tiny bit of progress here, just kind of fiddling around with it. Pulled all my electronics out. See, new chassis came with a new battery box, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. I'll leave the old battery box on the old chassis and give it to a buddy of mine so he can build the truck. Anyway, it came with a new steering thing, so I got that installed. Got to make sure that anytime you're using metal on metal, our little friend thread locker, gonna need it. Anytime you do metal on metal. So, little thread locker on there. These are improved over the 2.5 steering linkages. They got bearings in there instead of just bushings. You can see that bearing right there. Well, there is a bushing in on the other side, but it does move quite easily, easier than the other one. So it's worth it, I guess. You can put bearings in the old 2.5 steering linkage as well. It's a little trick guys use. So anyway, that's what I got so far. I got my electronics out, my battery box. Took out the switch, just took the whole thing out. It's all ready to be put in the next box. As you can see here, I've only got 2 servos. I eliminated the reverse in the old 2.5. That was one of the first things I did to it. You can see those 2 screws right there. That comes in the FOC kit so that you can plug up the holes in the tranny case. The forward only conversion's a really good idea, especially if you're going to run it with a 3.3 motor on it. That 3.3 motor will just tear all that reverse junk up inside that transmission. It's just garbage. And mine did this terrible clicking thing. When it was just sitting there, you bring it around, put some fuel in it, just sit there and go click, 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 click. It was horrible. So ever since I put the FOC in there and that Revo Spec slipper clutch, it's been a good transmission. I haven't had any problems out of it since then. When I put it back together, I put a little lithium grease on all the gears. You know, you don't want to go too heavy with the lithium grease, just a little tiny bit of lithium grease, and you can even wipe off the excess with a paper towel before you put it back together. Works real well. And you can see where the old servo used to be for the reverse. What I did was I took the 2055 servo that used to be the steering servo, and I replaced it with this JR right here. As you can see, that's a metal gear servo, and it puts out about 142 ounces of torque. It gives you a lot more steering authority. And then I transferred that 2055 over onto my throttle and my brake, which it puts out 80 ounces of torque. That's a lot more than the 2018 that it comes with. It only puts out 42 ounces of torque, so you get a little bit harder throttle throw and a little bit harder braking. So something to think about. So a simple upgrade. You buy one servo, you get a lot of upgrade for one servo. You use that 2055 on your throttle and brake. Works pretty good. You know, just for a cheap upgrade. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it and do some more stuff, and then I'll get back to it. Alright, made a little bit more progress here. Got the electronics onto the new chassis. Giving a little test out here. Probably gonna have to make some adjustments to it, so I'm not gonna lock up the wires just yet with zip ties and make it pretty yet. Just making sure, you know, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do as I'm moving along here. So that's where I'm at right now. Got the switch in the battery box, put the batteries in there. I went ahead and locked that up because, you know, those batteries have a good charge on them, so I don't need to open that back up for a little while. Anyway, I got the receiver box on there. The reason why my antenna is so short is because I have a DX3. I sent it back to Spectrum to have it repaired, so I just threw the old receiver back in there. That's why I cut that thing so short. Anyway, that's where I'm at right now. Works so far. A little brake, and that's going to work just fine. I'm going to work on getting the tranny in there and the braces and all that stuff and the bulkheads. Alright.